So an mRNA vaccine is a little different from the other vaccines on the market. When we think of a vaccine, it's usually a dead form of the bacteria or virus, or it's a weakened form of the bacteria or virus. With the mRNA vaccine, there is no virus component in there. There's only a recipe or an mRNA strand to allow the body to mount an immune response based on just a small part of the virus. There's no actual viral components in the vaccine. So there's no way you can get a COVID infection from the COVID-19 vaccine. Even though this is the first mRNA vaccine that's been marketed, mRNA vaccine technology has been studied for about 10 years. So it's not brand new to science or brand new to the vaccine world. It's actually pretty simple. So it's the mRNA strand, and that's the kind of code or recipe to create that protein that we need to mount the immune response. We have lipids to kind of help it get into the place it needs to go, and just a little bit of preservatives that you would find in any vaccine. There's different ways our bodies can mount an immune response to something. Think about your childhood vaccines and then the vaccines you need later on as booster doses, for example. Sometimes you need kind of that boosted dose to help create that immune response a little bit better. So with the COVID-19 vaccine, the ones that are currently on the market both require 2 doses. That first dose, you can kind of think of it as a way to kind of prime our body to that protein to allow our body to create some antibodies. And then the second dose is really to set in that immune response to make sure that we do have the appropriate amount of antibodies and that we are protected. The side effects would be the ones that you might feel when you're having a mild infection. So it would be things like fever, chills, a little bit of fatigue. Again, those aren't signs of an infection in this case because it's just our body creating that immune response, making those antibodies needed, and it usually only lasts a few days. If you're going to get side effects, the majority of the side effects come after that second dose. If you've had a COVID-19 infection in the past, your body most likely created antibodies against the virus. However, they're predicting those antibodies stay in our body for about 90 days after an infection, and then you will be at risk for getting COVID-19 again. So that's why it's important that even though you've had COVID, that you should still get vaccinated. The vaccine has been studied extensively in clinical trials for safety. They found out that there were no serious adverse events to keep it from being out in the market and keep it from being authorized. The potential side effects will be comparable to any other vaccine, like with the flu vaccine or the shingles vaccine, for example. Any medication or any vaccine someone could have an allergy to, but there's nothing about the COVID-19 vaccine that makes it more likely for you to be allergic to it. If you do suspect that you're having an allergic reaction to the vaccine, then you should seek emergent care. They'll be tracking that once you get your vaccine so that they'll be able to catch it if you do have a reaction.